Osama, I see you. Danny Guzman. What's going on, man? Y'all hit that like button on the way in. I see I got 8 people in already. Y'all go ahead and smack that like button. What's going on, Acme? Yeah, I'm actually working on a video right now, guys. What's going on, everybody? Shouts out to the new wave. I see you, Danny. Yeah, all season's pretty good, man. I'm still working, doing washes, a few details here and there, leaf cleanup, stuff like that. I'm still out here working. Actually, did a leaf cleanup today. Nah, I see you, Antonio Vasquez. I haven't bought nothing in a few months, man. I I usually don't buy anything when it slows down unless I need it. I don't buy anything big. Only necessities during this time. I wait till when business is booming to make big purchases. 'Cause, this time, to be honest, man, this time of the year, I be scared, really, to be honest. I don't want to buy anything big. Like, I save a little nest egg to pay bills because I know things are going to be slow. But for the most part, my work still pays my bills, and I'm able to hold on to my savings. But I don't dip into it because you got Thanksgiving, then you got Christmas. It's just a weird time, man. You never know what's gonna happen. Sometimes, the holidays will bring you a lot of money, and sometimes it just get dry on you. James, what's going on, big dog? Okay, no, I haven't seen it. What's going on, father and sons? I see you, big dog. New sprayer. No, I haven't seen it, man. I had to go check that out, man. What's going on, father and sons? What's up, man? Leroy's detailing. I see you. Yeah, I'm still using it, Pete. Grassology, I see you, big dog. Hi. I see you, father and sons, man. What's going on, man? Hey, Patrick, yeah, it's too dark, man. It's too dark to do it live, man, but I'm scared to use it. I'm still scared to use it. I done seen other people use it. Man, I'm scared to use it, man, but I'm going to go and break down and use it. I got a car sitting out there that if I mess it up, it wouldn't be a big deal, so I'm going to go ahead and use it, man. But I hadn't used that acid yet, but I need to because it sure to save me a whole lot of time. Looking into an office unit. Okay. Larry's detailing. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to get a video together so I can upload it after I get off this live. Yeah. I'm still doing cleanups. I'm still working. Actually, I did 2 of them today. Y'all excuse me for a minute. Let me get this up. Alright. Just waiting on a few more people to get on. Some of our regulars to jump on, and I'll get started. But what's going on, everybody, man? What y'all been up to? Guys out there still working? Yeah, I see you, big dog. Yeah, been working hard trying to start my. Okay. Yeah, man. This time of the year, man, especially down south. I know you in Houston, father and sons. I know you in Houston, so the weather is pretty much like Mississippi's weather. We get cold days, but it's not like unbearable. You can still get out there and do cars and stuff like that, man. So that's what I like about down south, man, because you can pretty much work year round. Arizona, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, some of you guys, man. I mean, I see you, father and sons, man. Some of you guys, y'all doing more than trying. You know, I don't really, man. Lately I've been had had time to really watch videos and stuff. I catch a few people here and there, but from what I see, from what I've seen, man, it seems like everybody's doing something, man. Everybody's working, or I see somebody spraying water, or running a lawnmower across some yard or something. Shoot, I even seen a man. I even seen a video of I saw a video you did, father and sons. You was cutting grass. I was like, damn, I didn't know he was doing that. So a lot of y'all, man, y'all doing more than trying. I just saw Randy's video, and he was doing he did a headlight restoration on a truck, and then he did. I mean, this is all at one location, like a headlight restoration. I think he had two Escalades. He was doing some interior stuff, exterior stuff. And then when I say, I guess y'all trying to be humble. When I say, man, y'all getting it, I'm trying. I be like, man, you doing about 4 or 5 cars. So looks like to me, man, business is going good for a lot of people, man. I like to see that. Man, y'all give me. What do you mean? I see you, Summer. Yeah, yeah, Summer. I got like maybe 4.5, almost 5 years, maybe 5 years with no issues. Yep. Yeah, man. Sometimes you get lucky, man. You get lucky on the equipment, but once your business starts to get established, once everything starts to grow, man, you're gonna want to buy. Me personally, when I started off, I pretty much bought whatever I could get my hands on. If it could just work, if it can get me through a year or 6 months, I got it because I was just trying to get started. And, I had a little money saved up, but I didn't want to go all in. I didn't want to make a large investment because at the time, I didn't have, like, I wasn't going to go and sit there and buy a DeWalt pressure washer with a Honda engine, spent 400 or 500 bucks. If, let's say I get into the business and it's not what I thought it was going to be. I mean, I wasn't going to put that type of money in, so I just got whatever I can get at the time, and it lucked out. It just lasted. But now I tend to try to buy equipment. I bought another Craftsman pressure washer after that, but now I'm gonna start buying higher end stuff. Not because I'm trying to just buy name brand stuff, but for the mere fact that it, like, I'll just say, like, my lawnmower for example, it's an X-Mark. It's an X-Mark dealer, like, within minutes of my home. So I want to get things that if something happened, I got a dealer that I can deal with. That's why if you look at all my lawn equipment, it's all steel or Exmark because I have a steel and Exmark dealer, and it's good reliable equipment. And if anything happened, I can get parts and stuff like that versus going to buy something at Home Depot or Sears, and if something break down, I gotta wait almost a week for a part, or I had to send it off. It's just too much, man. So that's where I'm going now because now I have a higher demand. I have more clients, more customers, and I don't have time. Time is money, so I can't have a piece of equipment that I need today sit for days waiting on repairs. It's not really hard to answer, Patrick. It's just once you get into business, everything is most of the time things are trial and error. You learn along the way. You know, people can give you advice. That advice may not help you because you may not have that experience. So but I know people, they always buy cheap stuff and it works well with them, but I can't do it. I gotta have something. Now if they had cheap stuff and they had a dealer, I might get it. But like I would never buy another Craftsman pressure washer. Not because not because it's so called it may not be high quality like like a DeWalt or something fancy like that. Because it doesn't have a dealer. I wouldn't buy a DeWalt. It doesn't have a dealer around here. If you take it somewhere, they're gonna look at it like, oh, they gotta go get on the internet just like you and find the parts, and they gotta wait for it just like you. So y'all get my point. All right, Grassology, I see you. Man, X marks are great. They're great, man. And I've had I've had a great experience with it. But I mean, I use that thing in the summertime, man. Man, I'll be putting some hours on that thing. And I'm gonna tell you, if you get the belt driven, you're gonna go through some belts, and you're gonna go through transmissions if you're using it a lot. But if you pricing your yards right, a transmission is like 400 something bucks, and that's installed, and that's not that much, man. When it'll last you probably the rate that I'm going, it lasts me maybe 18 months. So what's going on, Christy? I don't know if X Mark is made by Toro, Antonio. Yeah, I get it, father and sons. Like, sometimes you don't want to go in. You don't want to go all the way in, spend all your money. But um, when see this is what's gonna happen, and it happened to me. When your customer base and your clientele base go up, and you're getting phone calls all the time, plus you got your regular customers, and you're constantly getting new customers, and you're constantly servicing people. That equipment, if it's not designed for commercial use, if it's not designed to be used every day, if it's a residential type deal, from my experience, and it's just me talking for myself, it don't last. And what happened is you realize you're losing more money buying the cheap stuff, it breaking, you have to buy another one. Also telling a client or a customer that you can't get them today because you're having technical issues. It just don't balance out. So I just go with the good stuff. But in the beginning, my first walk behind was used. I bought the cheap stuff, and but I had to level up once my demand grew. Whoa, that's a steal, Patrick Smith. I see it. What's going on, Smith's Lawn Care? What's going on, Malik? What's up, man? Yeah. Well, it ain't right or wrong, father and sons. It's just my experience. I just share my experience with people. If it help you, you know, I'm glad it help. If it don't, hey, everybody gonna have their own experiences. I know a guy, he don't never buy nothing new, and he's doing just fine. But it depends on the person, man. Cause man, me, when it be hot. And I know it's hot. I know it's hot as in Houston. I want to say it's even hotter than Texas, than in Mississippi. But man, you out there in that heat, man. I ain't got time to be out there, trying to repair a lawnmower on the job, man. I got to cut that stuff and go. And I'm getting to the point where I'm finna buy two of everything, man. I'm finna buy two of anything. So if something break down, I can just drop it off and just keep going. You know. I just bought a new Skag Tiger. cat in the beginning of the season. Oh, okay, man. That's good, man. Those are some nice mores, man. In the 4.5 years I had the Craftsman pressure washer, how many hours you think you put on it rough? Man, I don't know. A lot. A lot. A lot of them videos in the beginning was that was my first Craftsman. If you see how many cars I was doing, how many videos I was putting out washing cars, that was that Craftsman. I had that Craftsman up until February or March of this year. And that's when and it's still working, but the pump, I actually messed the pump up by letting it run while I wasn't spraying it. And y'all know how that goes. If that thing has to be spraying. Yeah, that warranty. Too hot to be playing around, man. Exactly. Too hot to be playing around, man. I be up there trying to get it. What's going on, 1804? I see you, big dog. I got your text, 1804, but I didn't see the image. And man, sorry about your niece. Sporty soap does work good. I use Sporty soap. I'm almost finished with it. I've been alternating. I jump back and forth from Sporties to G-Works, Sporty to G-Works. And that stuff, man, it suds up real good. You don't have to put a lot. It lasts a long time, man. I'm actually gonna get my hands on some more, and I want to do a. Well, I'm not gonna even put that out there. I'll just drop it one day so y'all can see it, because I don't want y'all to hold me to nothing. I tell you I'm gonna do something, don't do it. Steph Car Wash. I see you, big dog. What's going on, Devon? I see you. Yeah. Yeah, just they pretty much the same. It's just if it's concentrated. Yes, it's concentrated. All right, Osama, I see you, big dog. I use bleach. Uh, well, man, to be honest, man, I don't know what drying towel is the best. I use absorbers, so I don't know, man, what's the best drying towels. I mean, some people say waffle weave, some people use microfiber. I use absorbers. I've been using them for years. It works good for me, so hey, I just do what works. Waffle weave on windows. Well, let me go ahead and get started, man. I want to talk to you guys about customers and clients. What's going on? What's going on, Carlos? I see the difference between customers and clients. going on, Majestic Auto Spa? Your main goal, really, in business. Your main goal in business is to gain customers and gain clients. That's your goal. That's what's going to keep your business afloat. You're going to need cash flow. The only way you're going to get cash flow is in the type of business that we're doing is customers. And there are many ways to gain your customers. Most of it is going to be through advertising, whether it be word of mouth, whether it be social media, flyers, things of that nature. But most of all, you want to be seen. And what I do is, my biggest thing is I like to be seen. I do things that stand out. Like when I get T-shirts made, I always try to get, I like my black, because it's cool, and I like to get a lot of dark colors, but I do every now and again. What's going on, G Works? I get loud colors, like a lime green, a real light blue. Yeah, a real light blue and stuff like that. So, and it makes you stand out. Another thing that I do is when it comes to, whether it's the lawn care side of things, detail side of things, I always get up early in the morning and I go out there and I get started. And I try to do the best job that I can. So even, I'm satisfying my customers that I'm working for, and I'm also showing my work and what I can do to people that are passing by. A large portion of my clientele and my customers come from them seeing me out working. When they see me out there working, they'll stop. And, hey, how much do you charge? Do you have time to do another one? Can you come look at mine? Can you do this? Can you do that? And what I do is I keep business cards on me. If I don't have them in my pocket, I always keep some in my vehicle. But you want to have them on you at all times. You want to be representing. Get you some T-shirts made. Get you some, and get something cool that you're gonna like to wear when you're running errands. Because I know most of us in this type of work, man. A lot of us, got nice clothes and got nice stuff. You got nice clothes and nice stuff, man, and but we don't get a chance to wear it because we're always working and we're always dirty, grimy, and stuff like that. So we don't wear our nice clothes all the time. So we like to just throw on something quick, flip-flops, windsuit pants, jogging pants, stuff like that. So the stuff that you already wear all the time, just make it cool. Tag it up, put your logos on it, your phone number and stuff like that. So you always be representing, even if you forget to represent. When you throw that stuff on, you're representing. Sometimes I have a T-shirt on, and they'll say, "Yeah, how much you charge for cars?" And I'll be like, "How you know I wash cars?" And I'll be like, "Oh, my shirt," and that breaks the ice and that starts the conversation. But like I said, those are things that are going to get you seen, and and I'm talking to the people that are just getting started, who don't have a lot of money, and don't want to put a lot of money into, a website initially, because if you trying to jump off out there and jump, unless you got a lot of money or whatever. But most of us usually when we start out, we start our own business because we don't have any money, or we don't have a lot of money. So I'm just trying to show you guys like an inexpensive way to get yourself out there. So, I've said this a million times, but, I'm just going to keep saying it because repetition will stick with you. But, I do the postcards. You got Facebook. You can do your blasts on Facebook and Instagram. And those, you could do it for as small as like $7, $5 to $7, where they can blast your information out to. Yeah. I see when you can blast your information out to thousands of people right in your area. It's just the area you want to target, a demographic you want to target. you can actually reach that demographic through Facebook or Instagram. Everybody's on Facebook and Instagram. Eyes are there, so you can see your stuff there. We make YouTube videos. A lot of us on this YouTube thing. So you got a camera, you got footage. You know, if you got a YouTube video, chop it down, put it on Facebook, hit the boost button, boost it out there. So that's how you're going to gain customers. And then now, once you have customers, you want to get all logoed out. I see. Hold on, let me see what's going on. I'm missing some comments. That black jacket is cool. I see you. Damn. Oh, you didn't miss nothing, 1804. Exactly how I got my detail and my new place being seen. Exactly, G. I see you. Someone told me I should dress professional detailer. I don't know what they mean by dressing professional. I mean, what you mean, like a suit and a tie or a polo shirt and khaki pants? I mean, you could. But, I mean, you're going to get dirty, so you want to be comfortable, man. You know, I see you, father and sons. Yeah, they will. I see you, Patrick. Chemical guys, dope. Brown's Lawn Care, I see you. $2 a day for 5 days, Facebook. Yep. I just did one. You're exactly right. Hey, for you guys coming in, go ahead and hit that like button, man. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I don't get a lot, but you know, when you do stuff like that, like when you pass out flyers, you know, when you go out to a busy parking lot and watch cars, people passing by, all you trying to do is be seen. And you want people to drive by and write your number down. That's, you know, you got logos and stuff on your truck. Or you want people to ask you for a card. And, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're washing, that does get a bit annoying, people passing by, you know. And it at first that didn't bother me with people passing by and stopping. And I had to stop and talk to them because I was new and I wanted new customers. But now that you established and you got things you got to do, especially if you got a busy day and people stopping, it can become annoying, but that's something you just got to deal with. I talk to them for about 5 minutes. I give them my card, and my card has, my cards and my flyer has a lot of information, and a lot of questions I get asked all the time is on those cards. So when I give it to them, I say, yeah, it's a lot of information on the card. I said, if you're interested, just give me a call and, just give me a call, send me a text message, and I'll get back to you, you know. And I try to keep it short, you know what I'm saying, 2 to 5 minutes, and I'm done talking with them, you know, unless they want a car wash right now and they talking about some money. But other than that, if I see they just want to ask a whole bunch of questions, I'll just answer as many as I can, and then I'll try to direct them to the postcards, and I keep it moving. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys, man. A lot of those products, man, are pretty much like Patrick said earlier. A lot of those products are pretty much the same. They have the same ingredients, same chemicals. It's pretty much the same. But the thing is that how much can you get? You know, how much can you get? Like, how much can you get for a gallon or a couple of ounces or whatever? And if it's concentrated. But some, you know, in some chemicals, there are differences in some brands and stuff like that, little minor differences and stuff like that. But they pretty much all the same, man. As long as you're not using, you know, dishwashing liquid and stuff like that, that's going to strip down the paint and stuff. You know, you should be fine. Yeah, we was talking about soaps. Well, he said products. He said products. Yeah, you're right. Right. But All the above, Acme. All the above. You just got to find what's going to work for you, for you in your area. But back to what I was saying. Now that you have got your customers, and a lot of people really don't know the difference between customers and clients. You can have someone that gets their car washed every week. They call you every week and get their car washed, and you may call them a client. And you can have a client that you only do once a month, and that's a client, and you can have a customer that comes every week, and that's a customer. The difference is that a client is not necessarily paying. It's not only paying for your products or your services. They're paying for your advice, and they're paying for your recommendations. It's just like a lawyer. You hire a lawyer for counsel. That's why they call them counselors. You're hiring them for their advice and their expertise. And that's what you're really hiring them for. And that's when it becomes a client. So I have several clients that whatever I tell them, they'll do it. If I say, look, it's time for you to pressure wash your house. Okay, let's do it. Your car needs some wax. Okay, let's do it. You need some leather treatment in your car. Okay, let's do it. A customer pretty much knows what they want. They're gonna probably get the same thing every time. I just want to wash. You may have a customer that, as far as lawn care, you may have a customer that calls you only when they want they lawn cut. They don't call you to trim bushes. They don't call you to do anything else. They may let their yard grow up for a month, and then they'll call you, can you come cut it? And they'll pay whatever you say, like they don't care, they just want it cut. But they're going to only call you when they want. So most of the time, the customers the customers really have the control. Customers really have more control because they just tell you, look, this is what I want. And they don't want to hear no recommendations. They don't want to hear none of that. They just want to. Yeah, but so that's the spiel with that's the difference to me between customers and clients. Uh, clients would definitely pay you more money. They would pay you more money. But see, the difference is the difference is that what people get confused is that you can make a lot of money off customers and you can make a lot of money off clients. And customers and clients are almost the same. They're very, very similar. It's not a lot of contrast between customers and clients, but that's the only one that I can think of when I was asked what's the difference. That was the only difference that I can think of is that you can actually you can actually tell them anything almost. I don't take advantage of them, but they'll do whatever you say. I have a client like that. I cut a yard year round. Anything that needs to be done, those tree limbs are too low. Okay, let's take care of that. And I'm talking about I make a lot of money off this person. And I have clients that I make a lot of money off of. Customers that make a lot of money off of because of their repetition. So your goal is to get repeat customers, and your goal is to gain clients. That's your overall goal. And study your demographic. Study your demographic. Are there more women? What's going on, Randy? Are there more women buying your packages? What race? Race, gender. What certain income. All of that. What part of town? These type of people, those type of people, what type of ethnic group? All of that. See pay attention to your customers and see which customers are always coming up to you. Like in certain areas, when I'm in certain areas, and I get a call to go, I'll give you a good example. Okay, like I live in a pretty nice neighborhood, and you got some wealthy people where I live. Okay, so they may work in an area that the demographic income is probably less than 30,000 a year, but they work in that area, so they'll call me to go out there and wash their vehicles or detail their vehicles in that area. So I'm in that area. That demographic that's in that area drives by and will ask me, "How much do you charge?" And usually if the first thing that come out their mouth is how much, 9 times out of 10, the price that I tell them is going to be too high for them. If that's the first thing they ask, the customers and clients that I want is they ask you, when can you do mine? And then they ask you the price after the fact. Them the ones that I want, But, if you have to cater to a certain demographic, or 11 times out of 10, I see you. If you have to cater to a certain demographic, just to get your business, and it also works both ways, if you see a demographic that you can service that demographic. You can come up with a package, or you can come up with something that they can afford or they can pay for. You can offer that, So this business, running a company, is more than supply and demand and profit. Demand and supply and profit is more than that. And I didn't realize this. Me, I was always, buy something for cheap, sell it for more. I mean, that's the basis of it. But it's so much that go into it. And I didn't realize this until I went to school. You guys know I got my master's in business. I didn't realize that until I went to school. I was well in it's like maybe 35, 36. And so when I studied that, I was like, wow, it's so much into it, man. I mean, I can go for hours and hours and hours. It's so much about it, man. It's just not making a profit. It's you got customer service, customer relations. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I want to share with you guys. But that's my take on customers and clients. And I hope that helps somebody. And if it didn't, oh well. I see you, Carlos. What's up? Exactly, Acme. 9 times out of 10, they will tell you to do it. I see you, Majestic. People want to spend money. You just need to tell them what to spend it on. Right. When I'm cleaning the engine bay, I like to leave it off. I know some people do that so the heat can evaporate the water faster. But I usually leave mine. I leave mine's off. Uh, I just try not to spray. Of course, I try not to put too much water on the battery and on the alternator and stuff like that. There's certain things that you don't want to get. You don't want to directly spray water on those things. So I use, I like to use my tornado. I like to use my tornado, my steamer, my air gun, things like that. That's not gonna be too harsh or too much pressure. Yeah, I don't directly pressure wash it. Yeah, in those coil packs. Exactly. I don't directly spray the water on there. There's kind of like of a light mist just to wet it up. And I use, degreaser, all purpose cleaner, whatever, just to get, just to knock off the heavy dirt. Use the air gun to dry it. So many ways you can do it. Yeah, pressure wash it on low. I see you, RDS. Appreciate you, man. I ain't seen you in a while. What's up? Yeah, people do it. I've seen that. I've seen people use it while it's on. And I think they do that because it ensures that everything will dry fast. Like, like if you accidentally spray the alternator or something like that, the heat, it just actually, you know, evaporate the water. But, uh, when you washing a vehicle, anytime you washing something, you kind of want your drying time to be slow. It's just like when you washing the bot. When it's hot outside and you washing in direct sun, and you wanna when you wash it, when you soap it down, you wanna rinse it off, and after you rinse it off, you wanna wipe it off in a timely manner, or it's gonna dry up and get water spots or soap spots or whatever. Same thing with that engine. If the engine is too hot, that as soon as you spray the stuff on there, it's gonna dry, and you don't want to you don't want to you don't want it to be drying too fast. So I like to leave mine off when I do it. Air gun, APC, and a microfiber towel. Yeah. Hey, I just I like to just spray a little water in there just to keep it kind of moist while I'm wiping it. Just give me enough time for everything to get soft, and for me to wipe it down. But I don't directly spray anything. you know the only thing I'd probably directly spray is the if it doesn't have that pad. Some of it doesn't have that pad on the back side of the on the inside of the hood, that little black pad, I guess, to absorb the heat. Uh, if it doesn't have that and it has like grease right there, now I'll probably spray that. But as far as the engine, I don't spray direct water in the engine like that. And for a long time, man, like I recently just started doing engines. For a long time, I wouldn't even do an engine because I wanted to keep the liability down, man. Like, man, come on, man. Let's say if you got through pressure wash, I mean, not pressure washing, but cleaning someone's engine, then when you get done, the car won't start. I don't want them type of problems. I see you, Patrick Tuggers. I'm not taking that chance either. Well, Sporty's use, Sporty's, when I see in these videos, it looks like he's using a little bit of the pressure washer, just a little bit, you know, APC, and the air gun and a microfiber towel. That's what that's mostly what he does. He does make that stuff look easy. Watching him made me more confident in doing it. Less mess too, right? Okay, I see you, RDS. Right, do what works for you. Oh, okay, I see you, RDS. I appreciate you, man, watching them videos, man. I'm glad you catch me on one. But that acid, oh, come on, Patrick, man. We ain't gonna talk about that acid, man. I told you, man. I gotta take it one step at a time. Nah, I haven't. No, you know what? He didn't send me none of that heavy degreasing. No problem, RDS, man. Glad I can help. Any good advice on pressure washing driveways, sidewalks, and homes? Man, I'm gonna tell you, them driveways and sidewalks, uh, you're gonna need a pressure washer that's putting out a lot of, at least maybe 4 gallons per minute or 3 gallons per minute, and you're gonna want a surface cleaner. I've done some driveways and I've done driveways and I used the one, and man, especially, man, the driveways I've done been some long driveways. Now, when you're doing like patios and porches and stuff like that, you'll be okay using the one because there's not much area to cover. But when you're doing a long sidewalk and long driveway, man, invest in a surface cleaner, a good one. Once you get your money up, invest in a good one. You'll see how quickly you're able to, cover a lot of ground. Houses, I like to use bleach. Soak it down with bleach. You can use your foam cannon, your pump sprayer, things like that. Soak it down with bleach. Come back over it and rinse it. You don't want to have your pressure washer tip too close to what you're spraying when you're spraying a house, because you can blast the paint off. You want to let the chemical do the work. Randy, well, my marketing, man, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep using, Facebook, YouTube, things like that, going live like I'm doing now. Also, I'm gonna get a website, and I've been seeing you talk about those Google AdWords and all that type of stuff, man. I'm gonna have to get up on that this next year. But next year, my enclosed trailer, as far as marketing and stuff, I gotta get me a website. Got to. I've been inspired by you guys. I talked to G Works about it. We just talked about it briefly. I'm gonna get back with them to see what's up. But definitely, man, near future, man, very near future, man. I'm gonna have to get that website. Yeah, I'm still scared, man. Still scared of that acid, man. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, Randy. Right. Good for windows, bleach. Well, you're not gonna use straight bleach. You're gonna cut it. You're gonna dilute it. But I'm not sure if it's harsh on bushes. But I've never had a problem, so I don't think so. I've never had a problem with when I pressure wash homes to bushes. That's a good price, Southeast. Okay. I see G works. Yeah, he did. He did. Cash App PT. What's that? What's that, father and sons? Explain. Okay. Well, it may. I say you guys check out PayPal when trying to decide mobile payment processing. Oh, okay. I use PayPal and Square. Okay. Cash App is an app that you can use to send money. Oh, okay. Cash App. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I just use Square, man. I use Square because Square you can actually Square you can do same day deposit. So if somebody swipe their card, you can send invoices. You can sell gift cards through Square. If someone, like I said, if someone sends me, someone pays my invoice or swipes a card, I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait. 2 to 3 business days. I can actually, you know, for a small fee, of course, I can actually have that money that day. Man, sport is probably sleep because that cat. I texted him and told him I was live. Uh, that cat, man. Like he wakes up weird hours, man, and he does stuff. He might make a video. 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, go to sleep, wake up at 7, do about 4 or 5 cars, come home, stay up. He told me if he sits still for too long, he falls asleep. So he might have sat still somewhere for about 10 minutes and passed out. But if he's not on this live, I'm guarantee you he's either doing something very, very important or he's asleep. Because usually he'll be here. All right, G Works. I appreciate you, big dog. Oh, okay. I see you, Acme. Cash App the same. Okay, cool. Same day deposit. Cool, cool. Yeah. I had, sometimes, man, we get out there, man, we be working, and I be meaning to make a video, man, and man, I be halfway through the job before I remember. Oh, I need to get my camera out. Man, shoot, man, it's really hard shooting these videos, man. Okay. Mm. Yeah, like you don't have the before, but you have the after. Yep, I do that all the time, man. It's hard, man. Uh, some days, man, cause I keep my camera with me, and I got my cell phone with me all the time. So, but sometimes I get out there and I just be like, man, the hell with this camera, man. I got to get this job done, or or you got a nice car to work on and you getting some good shots, and then the customer comes out there and just stays out there and just watch. So, hmm. Patrick, you don't know who Damage Control is? He's always in the chat, man. Wow, he's always in the chat. Well, I ain't gonna say always, but he's on there quite. He's on here, quite often. Mm. Hmm. What's a real job? What's a real job? Here we go. What's a real job, man? Clocking in at 9 and leaving at 5. Leave the 8 to 4 alone. Yeah. Well, it can be done. Definitely can be done, father and sons. You just got to plan for it. You got to plan for it, man. Um, what you do is if you know you're doing it, you're doing your mobile detailing and whatever when you're off. So, you know, I mean, you're already making it. I mean, I can assume that you're already paying bills and making it off your job. So continue to pay your bills and make it off your job. All your money from your business that you're doing part time right now, you save it up, and you try to save. You try to save like a year's salary, 18 months salary, at the same time. At the same time, while you're trying to build, uh, while you try to build your cash flow, and you want to build your cash flow up to the same amount or more than what you're making at your job. So if you're making, let's say if you're making $1,000 a week at your job, you want to make $1,000 a week at your with your business. Once you saved up that nest egg, and once you got your clientele and your money up to where it's the same as your job, then you leave. If you have any bumps in the road, any hiccups, that year to 18 months salary that you saved up should sustain you. That's one way of doing it. There's many ways of doing it. That's how I would do it. I mean, some people work and retire, like G Works is saying. They work and retire, and then they go full time with their business. Eric Jones preaches that. Uh, right. So you want to do what's best for you. Uh, you got to do what's comfortable for you, because it's had to be comfortable so it can rest well up here and right here, and that way you can be at your best. Because if you're not rested up here, right here, buddy, it's gonna be tough. So people gonna give you a bunch of advice and tell you how they would do it, just like I told you how I would do it. But you take all the advice, write it down, and see what you're comfortable with. And I mean, I know you just made a statement. You didn't ask me for my advice, and I don't give random advice, and I don't like random advice. And Do I miss out on good stuff because I don't like random advice? I think I do, but just the way I am. I don't like random advice. Sometimes I feel like when people give me random advice, I think it's more about them than me. I think they just trying to, sometimes it's like they're trying to show you how much they know, or they trying to sun you. Like, usually they'll try to tell you what you're doing ain't nothing or it's wrong, and you need to do it this way because they got the answers. And usually those people that throw out that random advice, they ain't got nothing going on for them. And I tend not to take advice from those type of people. I tend not to even, if you ain't got nothing going on, I don't really deal with people that ain't got nothing going on. It just don't make no sense. I can't help them, and if they not receptive to what I can do for them, and if they can't do anything for me, we can't do nothing for each other, man. There's no reason to even deal with the person. That's just my opinion, because it's gonna, most of those people like that eventually get jealous of your success and start to get weird on you. I've had that to happen. Right. Well, man, yeah. If trust me, man, you're right. Because if you do what makes you happy, and you're because being happy is it's healthy. Being happy is healthy. And if you healthy, man, you know, and as far as a healthy mindset, actually healthy, your health, all of that. If you're happy and everything, man, the money gonna come, man. Because once I stopped being angry and stopped letting certain, stop worrying about things I couldn't control, and just started, doing what made me happy, doing what I wanted to do, the money started coming in. You know, like I'm talking about, who would have thought that cutting grass, washing cars, spraying water on houses would make me this much money. I've made more money than I've ever made in anything I've ever done doing this right now. This year has been my highest year ever in anything. When I was in the police department, well, I'll take that back. When I was in the police department, I made a lot, but I had to work hard. I'm talking about I had to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week. 16 hours every day, 7 days a week sometimes. I remember falling asleep at the wheel, almost crashing my vehicle, working that hard. Not seeing my family for days. Because I'm at home, but I'm asleep. I wake up, they gone somewhere. And but I couldn't enjoy the money that I was making. The only enjoyment I got out of it is that my family can enjoy it at the time. But yeah, once I started doing this, like today, man, you know, I laid in the bed till about 9, almost 10 o'clock. I got out, did 2 lead jobs, you know, made about $300, came back home. Came back home, a light day. Came back home. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go and get my beard and everything shaped up, get this hair retwisted. Probably go get a massage or something, just relax. And then Saturday I got a detail. Saturday I got a detail. Next week I got a pine straw job. Some more. I got my group wash again next week. So, I love this lifestyle, man. I can pretty much. My lifestyle is so flexible. If I don't want to work a day, I can reschedule and push things back if I don't want to. I normally don't do that, but if I want to, I could. I got control. I got more control. You working a 9 to 5. Some jobs, some people got some great jobs, man, where they got a lot of flexibility. They're getting paid well. They got good benefits, so they're not going nowhere. I understand. I mean, if I'm pretty sure if I had a job like that, I would do the same thing. But usually, it's either it's flexible, it's laid back, you don't get paid a lot, or you get paid a lot and it's not flexible and laid back. Very rare that you can get that combination. I see you, father and son. What you said? I see you, man. Got a CDL, okay. Oh yeah, you could do a lot with that CDL. I agree. I think people pick up on a good attitude. Today, a CDL is almost better than a high school diploma and college degree. The money you can make having a CDL is off the rack. Yep. Yep. And especially if you're going to business for yourself. Especially if you go to business for yourself. Yeah. You can make some money on that. I know a guy, one of my well, he's a customer. One of my customers, long time customer, man. Uh, he left one job. He got hurt. Ended up getting a settlement, and he took the settlement money and went and got his CDL. Bought one of those big long trailers. He bought a Dodge Ram, the dually. Think it's a 3500. I think. Got one of them gooseneck trailers, man. That hooks up inside the bed of the truck, and he hauls cars, man. He's a car hauler. Man, this man makes so much money, man. And he's been doing it for probably 2 or 3 years now. My man makes some good money doing that, man. I see you, Tolis. What's going on? Yeah. And you don't have control. You don't have control over a lot of things in life in general, but you want to control as much as you can. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure older guys, 35 and older, man. You've learned to accept the things you can't change, man, because you ain't got no choice. Learn to accept it, um, but man, if you got something that you can control, man, you want to control it. I don't know about you guys, but I know I do. It ain't too many things you can control, man. And if you have control over it, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose control over it eventually. Hot shot. Yeah, that's what they call it. Yep. Mm, $4 a gallon. God damn. Oh, okay. You took the week off, Tony? Yeah. This damn hair is damn crazy, man. I don't know what the hell this shit doing today. I see you, Kurt. Yeah, I'm able to do yards, lawns year round. But the grass does go completely dormant, like in December, November, December. It goes completely dormant, which means it doesn't, you don't even grow it at all, unless they have some grass that grows in cold weather. Um, but yeah, I do year round. Now I'm just mulching leaves, bagging leaves, stuff like that, trimming bushes, laying pine straw. So I'm still moving. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still rolling, man. The weather's pretty much similar. I've been to Texas, many a times. Actually, my I was stationed. What base is that? Shepherd Air Force Base, and I forgot Wichita Falls, Texas. Oh man, it was nothing out there. It was like it was near Oklahoma. The best thing smoking was like Oklahoma, man. Everything else was just like, oh, it was horrible, man. It was nothing out there. But and then me and my buddies, man, we make trips to Dallas all the time, man. Go down there and have a good time. Wichita Falls is not Wichita Falls, Texas, right? It's Texas, right? I mean, it's like right there at the line though, because it was Shepherd Air Force Base was Texas, and then you had Fort Seal. Fort Seal was in Oklahoma. Yeah, totally. The day after you did your Sequence video, I did one on a Mustang. Yeah, we had snow too. We had snow here in Mississippi too. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, man. It was boring as hell out there, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't like all that snow and stuff, man. When I was stationed in Fort Dix, New Jersey, man, I'm talking about I seen the most snow I've ever seen in my life, man. I'm talking about snow that comes up like all the way to the window of your vehicle, man. Like crazy. I never seen so much snow and couldn't drive in and work for damn. I wouldn't go nowhere if it snowed because I knew I was gonna wreck out. Had to shovel snow ever again. Yeah, man. That snow, man, it was something else, man. I mean, I'm talking about it was like you had to get up extra early to just clear your car or dig your car out or get the snow off your windshield. I remember getting up, having that little brush and that scraper, brush on one end, scraper on the other end, cranking your car up, turning the defrost on, trying to melt everything. I got tired of that. But I had a lot of fun in Jersey though. Oh, okay. That's dope. Yeah. I don't really care for snow, man. I like to see it every once in a while. Did I record did I record the snow when it snowed here? Yeah, I recorded it. It's on my last video. Yeah, it's on the last video that I did. It's towards the end. I just got a shot of just when it snowed or whatever. It's on my last video that I dropped yesterday. Hmm. Yeah, towards the end of my video, you'll see it. Matter of fact, speaking of my video, let me add something to it. Yeah, I be posting stuff, man. I try to, like I said, man. You know, I like to post videos on YouTube. Share my experiences. At the same time, I share my experiences with you guys for free. And whatever I know, I try to pass it on. I don't know it all. You know, I've said it so many times, man. I'm not the best detailer. I'm not the best car washer. Not the best landscaper or lawn care provider, whatever you want to call it. I'm not the best, but oh, you're talking about the C chords. No, I didn't record it. I did not record it. It was my first time doing it. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I mean, I did a good job. The customer liked it, but I felt that I can do better. But I would not record nothing like that until I get good at it. But she didn't have to have a lot of paint correcting and all that. I mean, I did some polishing, and then I went on and threw the C quartz on there, and she was happy with it. And when I looked at it, I saw some things I could have done better, or whatever. So actually, I'm gonna practice on my. I'm gonna probably do my wife's vehicle, do hers, and just get a little more practice in. But I don't want to record nothing like that, and I don't want nobody to look at it and think that's the right way or whatever, and do something wrong because of me. So I did not record. I thought you was talking about the snow, but I like the process. But two things. I mean, one thing, another thing that was it was kind of cool, and it was taking forever for it to dry, and that's what I didn't like about it. Yeah, it's a big job, man. It's a big job. And I got paid about $400 though. I know I supposed to, people say you're supposed to start at $800 and all that stuff, whatever. But it was my first time, and this is a client of mine. So, I mean, whatever I tell her, she does it. So I only charged her 400. She gave me a big tip too. So, but I know, like I said, I know a lot of people charging. You know, a lot of people charging. Starting at 800. You know, so got to work my way up to that price. I don't see too many people. I don't see too many people that I deal with paying $800 because they basically, basically look at that as a car wash, man. I don't care. That's the price everywhere. 800. Is that what you're saying, G Works? That's the price everywhere. 800. Yeah. Well, not the Mississippi demographic. Ain't nobody paying no 800. Ain't nobody paying no 800. Even though you're detailing and you compounding, polishing, waxing, doing all that, they're not paying that type of money here. Most I paid was 300, and it took the guy like 6 hours to do it. Yeah. Well, I don't think that that price here in Mississippi, that's way too high. $800. You can get a paint job for $800 here. they they wouldn't. I mean, it'd be hard for you to get somebody to pay that type of money. I see you, Carlos. What's the average price in Mississippi? What you mean for seat? Like I don't know, man. I really don't know, but I know it ain't 800. What you mean the average cost in like a C quartz or something like that in Mississippi? I didn't record the Mustang C quartz totally. Yeah, I didn't record it. It's my first time. Number one, I didn't record it because I wanted to wait till I get more experienced in it. Number, um, and another reason I didn't do it because I want to focus on what I was doing. It's my first time, so I didn't feel like dealing with the camera and trying to record it and all that. I'll wait till I get my experience up and I'll do one. Yeah. Yeah, but actually, the funny thing, man, is you was actually you went live because I was watching some videos of people, applying C courts, and you went live and you was talking about C courts. I was like, wow, what a coincidence, and I was watching. I was watching, but I was so tired, man. I ended up falling asleep. And that's the day that it snowed down here. That day you did that video. Yeah, I did that. I wiped it down. So you want to do that so it can able to bond and remove all the oils from the polish and all that stuff, so it can be able to bond to the paint. Yeah, I did that. Must be a delay, Tolies. I think we got a delay going on here. Like when you put the C quartz on, it was like it would go on kind of wet, and the temperature was so cool that it just it looked kind of. I know you're supposed to let it kind of dry a little bit, right, or let it haze a little bit, and then wipe the excess off or something like that, right? You're not supposed to wait for it to dry. If it dry, then you ain't wiping it off. Okay. Okay, I don't understand what you mean. Say it again or explain it better. I didn't catch that. You're not supposed to wait for it to dry. If it dry, then you ain't wiping it off. Right, I understand it's a different level of customers, but what I'm saying is that my customer base and my clientele is I don't have that I don't have that customer base and clientele yet. So I don't have those people that'll pay $800. Like I got people that'll pay three, four, five, but $800. I haven't tapped into that. I haven't tapped into that demographic yet. And that's what I said. I said that my clients and customers, they're not paying that much money for it. They look at it as a oh, okay. Okay, so it's not supposed to dry. Okay, cool, because I was worried. If Seacourse dried on the paint, then you're screwed. Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Tolies. I totally get it, Tolies. But I haven't reached that. I haven't reached that demographic yet. So $800. Matter of fact, funny thing. Yesterday I was that yesterday? Tuesday. Tuesday I was doing a vehicle, and a lady pulls up. She was in those that little bitty that little bitty small Infinity SUV. It's like a QX something. I'm not. I don't remember, but I watched a lot of those little trucks. But she drives by. She looks at me. How much you charge? I already knew that she wasn't gonna like my price, so I gave her my price, and she was on the phone with somebody, and she had the phone going through the speakers of the car, so I can hear the person in the background like, that's too high. And the lady just laughed and drove off. But I got I'm in a decent demographic that'll pay 30 to $40 for just a basic wash. They'll get a full detail here and there. It's mostly the soccer moms. But y'all gotta understand, man. I've been in this for 5 years, and I really just started getting into detailing earlier this year. So I've been mostly just washing cars. So I just got into it that way. Yeah, you can pay 400 for a paint job. QX50, I think that's what it is. Yeah, that sounds like it. What's going on, KG Clipper? I see you, big dog. Right, that's my goal. That's my goal. But yeah, but see, here's the thing. The funny thing is, I want the high end customers now, but I will wait because I want to build up that experience. So when I do get them high end customers, I fully know what I'm doing. Yeah, I see you, Tony's. Yeah. I raise my prices, but that's the thing, man. I don't want to be out here, offering, all these packages and all this stuff, and then, my experience is low on the stuff, and you go out there and don't do a good job, and then you tell somebody $800, you know. So, I'm just gonna put my work in, keep putting my work in, and gradually raise my prices and get there. You know, get there eventually. Yeah, it's more time consuming. Yes, it's very time consuming, and I stayed away from paint correction for a good while, man. I've been doing my my mobile car wash for about 5 years, and this makes year number six. After this year is completed, it'll be completion of year number six. But because if you don't know what you're doing, the liability is high, man. You can damage something, and you're gonna have to pay for it. So I stayed away from it, but when I just started seeing how much money you can make and watching people do it, and looking at it and becoming more confident and watching others do it and be like, I can do that with with some practice. I know I can do it. So slowly but surely, I'm working my way in there. So I'd be a big dog coming in there charging them high prices, getting $800 for a ceramic coating, but for a ceramic coating, but yeah, it's just y'all gotta remember, man, that Mississippi is one of the poorest states, man, in the nation, and so I mean, you can go here and look at the cost of living and stuff like that. I think the average cost of living here is probably, I think it's like $1,000 a month or something like that. It's just finding the right customers, right? Just practice on your truck, yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, it got some scratches on it. Yeah, more than a few. It got some scratches on it. So, but yeah, I gotta do some practicing and just keep working it, and I'll get there. But like I said, man, I've never claimed to be, a detailer or the best detailer. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. You know, I do me, but I'm gonna tell you like this: I make this money. I go out there and make this money. I mean, man, I'll go out there and you know, I may have to work a little harder or do more cars, but I'm gonna make the money. I made this comparison uh, last year, and the video was called "Detailers versus Car Washers" or something like that. And of course, the title was like, it's like a clickbait type of thing. But it's not like, car washes are against detailers or detailers are against car washes. It wasn't that. It was just more of just explaining that it's money to be made in both areas. I see a lot of people, kind of say, "Hey, man, you need to detail," or which is true. And you got a lot of people that say things like, well, if it's not a detail, I'm not doing it. I'm not just doing a car wash. You know, Exactly. Go get it and come back with it. You got a lot of people that, they'll say that, I'm not touching a car unless I'm getting a certain amount of money, or I'm not touching it unless it's a detail. And I don't agree with that part, because, if you providing a service, I think you should, always try to do what the customer wants. But again, at the same time, that's just me. But at the same time, if that's what you're about, it's cool. If you're about if you want to do nothing but details, and that's a niche that you have carved out for yourself, that's great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to every car that I touch. Every car that I touch is over $150. Every car that I touch. I wish I wish it was like that, but I was just saying that if you go to the store, generally speaking, if you go to a store, the items that are on sale are off the shelves. The stuff that is regular price or high end stuff, they never run out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, washing and waxing cars is good money too. And I made the comparison of the Mercedes Benz and the Mercedes Benz like a C class, and your Mercedes Benz Maybach, and the Maybach is like it's over $100,000 or more, or whatever. I forgot the price of a Maybach, but it's up there. And I say that you rarely see, and I'm just speaking here in Mississippi, and in some other states as well, you rarely see Maybach Benzes, but I see a C class every day. I see a C class, E class, S class every day. There's not a day that go by that I don't see at least one of those vehicles. But months and months and months and weeks and sometimes a year go by and I'll never see a Maybach. And what that means to me is that most people can't afford a Maybach, so that's why they buying the C class. Which means to me, which is the same thing. I look at everything like that. Most people are not gonna want to spend hundreds. Most people are not gonna want to spend hundreds of dollars for a car wash, and that's what they call it. Like, even if they say detail, they say all that. All right, Tolies, I see you, big dog. They say people call wash a detail. Some people call detail a wash, but at the end of the day, the average person that don't really care about that stuff, they just want their car clean, it's all a car wash to them. So they're not paying hundreds of dollars. They're not paying hundreds of dollars. They're not paying hundreds of dollars for a car wash in their mind. Right? Yeah, yeah, but you gotta think about it. You said L.A., like Hollywood, California. California is probably one of the richest states in the nation. Like it's like New Jersey, New York, California. Other places. I know I'm missing the other ones, but those are one of the highest, if not the highest, in the nation. So you got Hollywood, you got entertainment, movies, stuff like that. You got all the actors, all the people that's making all that money live out there. So yeah, you're gonna see Maybachs out there. Right, right. Because see, it's like you can get. I mean, just think about it. I mean, most people, if you give them a price, most people, and most working class people are going to go with the lower, cheaper price. So, being a businessman, the way that I think is that, well, let me find a way, where, I wish I could get the car, make $200, $300 off one car, $800 off one car. I wish I could, but I know that I can make, 40, 50, or $60 just washing the car. So I got to think of a way to how can I wash multiple cars fast and and try to make it that way. You see what I'm saying? So that's just my thought process about it. I mean, everybody may not agree. That's cool, to each his own. But that's just how I feel about it. I just, like if you go to, just think about oil changes. You go to a quick lube place, they charging like, like here, they're charging like maybe $30 or $40 at, $50 at the most for oil change. The line stays long. They just all day long changing oil, changing oil, changing oil, changing oil. You know, that money adds up. Every every week, every other week, exactly. I keep money coming in every day on washing versus trying to get detailing every day. Exactly. Exactly, because that money is gonna come in and for sure money, for sure money is the best. You know, you want to build that cash flow. You got to have that cash coming in. Business has to have cash flow. You got to have cash just constantly flowing in, flowing in, flowing in. You can't do it. You can't do a detail 2 weeks ago and then you got your next full detail. It's just not gonna happen that way. So, I mean, I look at it from a business aspect. Make you money fast. It will. Yeah. Okay, I see you, J Jack. What's up, man? What's going on, man? I'm glad you can stop by, man. If you guys don't mind, hit that like button. Thanks for stopping by, man. You could have been anywhere, man, but y'all here with me. I appreciate you. I charge 50 for cars, 60 for trucks. And I do it the three lowest, from the three to lowest to 8 to 10 a day. Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, making a making a killing doing that, man. That consistent cash flow, man. It's just like my lawns. Like when I do my lawns, man, I got over with my lawn care, man. I got over 50 customers and clients, and every time I go to a lawn, I might do, that's kind of like what you saying, Told. It's like three, three being my lowest to 8 to 10 a day when I'm doing my yards, and it's my average yard is about $50. So them days that I do 8 to 10, that's $500, and I have them days quite often. You know what I'm saying? The lowest I might make is maybe 150, 200. You know what I'm saying? On average, probably 400. So just boom, 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 boom. That money adds up, And I actually, when I made that video, when I dropped that video about car washers versus detailers, that video came about because I ran into a guy that was, that called himself, quote unquote detailer, and he was like, "Man, I ain't washing no car." He would say that, man. People would ask him, "How much did you charge to wash my car?" And he'd giving people a hard time. I don't wash cars, I detail, and you never know. That person might want to detail. They just might have used the wrong terminology. But that's what he'll do, man. He'll do stuff like that, and he will actually turn customers away. he would actually turn he turn customers away, and then I'll be like, wow. So how many cars you do today? None. How many you got scheduled for today? None. So you ain't got nothing scheduled, but you turn down, 40 or $50. That was and that 40 or $50 could have turned into more, either with an upsell with that customer, or while you was washing that car, a customer could have came by and saw you putting work in. So that's a good day. That's a good day. Listen, when I was on the listen, Tolies, when and I'm gonna just tell you how jobs pay down here. At one point in my life, I worked in the no. I take this back. When I was in the police department, when I was in the academy, every 2 weeks, that's how much my check was, $700. That's what I'm trying to give y'all what Mississippi is like as far as cost of living, salaries, and stuff like that. And this was in 2002. This was in 2002. The average salary for the starting salary for a cop in Jackson, Mississippi today is $28,000 a year. Maybe close to $29,000 a year. So that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Like, the cost of living here is way lower than than where you guys at. Totally, you in California. So the cost of living is way high up there. I remember when I was in the military and they'll pay you BAH. I remember my BAH used to be like $800, and this was back in 2004. My BAH was like maybe 900, maybe less than that, maybe like $800. And you had other people's BAH that was living in New York was almost $2,000 back in 2006. And California was out of here. So when you guys making the comments about pricing and stuff like that, you still got to understand where you at. You know what I'm saying? Now there is in every state, every community, there is a higher end, that there is a people on that very, very high end that can afford those type of fees. But for the most part, on the average, cost of living is way down. Oh yeah, $260 is a damn good day. Hey, for some people, $100 a day is a good day. Cause I'm telling you, man. Like I said, man, when I first got on the police department in the academy, every 2 weeks, man, $700 check, base salary. Now the only thing is, you had the opportunity to make overtime and have part time jobs, but you had to work for it. Like you had to work. You had to work 18 hours. You had to work 16 hours to make 300. Yeah, that's over $1,000 a week. So that's over $1,000 a week. So I mean that can easily be done. That can be easily done. Especially 5 lawns a day. 5 cars a day at $40, $50. It's $200 a day. 5 days a week, 7 days a week. It can be 1,000 or 1,400. It's just so it's just simple math. I mean, focus on simple math. Simple. 2 plus 2 always equals 4. That's over $1,000 a week. Damn good day. Exactly. And I didn't realize this, because I was brought up. My dad is all about education. My dad was an educator. He was a professor for. My dad was a professor for over 35 years. I think 36 years, and he was all about education. So I was brought up, go to school, get a degree, get a good job. And, not applying the simple arithmetic that I learned in school, not applying common sense. You go to school, if you're not passionate about something, like, you got people that are passionate about being veterinarians, doctors, and stuff like that. So they know what they want to do, and there's no way around it. To be a doctor, to be a veterinarian, you got to go to school. And they're going to be good at it because they inspired. That's what they want to do. That's their passion. So they're going to be attentive in class, make good grades, do everything they got to do. And those people are usually successful. But then you got this other group of people that all they know is that to be successful is to go to college, but they don't really know what they want to do. So they just want to they just want to get they just want to go and pick some type of major just to say they are in school, because the pressure of going to school, go to school. You in high school, and everybody seems to know what they want to do, and you don't really know what you want to do, but you don't realize that you're not alone. There's most of those people that think they know what they want to do don't know what they want to do, and they get out there. They get out there and they start their business. They get out there and they go to school, and they waste 4 years and get a degree, and then they get out there and can't find a job, and they got to pay student loans. So, nah. So, it just, I teach my son differently. I don't really, push, I don't really push college on him. I just tell him, figure out what you want to do. And once you figure out what you want to do, then you got to see what steps are going to take you there. If college is going to get you there, then okay, so be it. If college won't get you there, then don't waste your time with college. Go straight to the source. Harris Lawn Care and Garden, yeah, they do. They add up. And then when a person want, some mulch laid, pine straw laid, bushes trimmed, gutters clean, you can upsell the pressure washing and the surface cleaning and all that, man. That stuff adds up. And still to this day, man, my lawn care surpasses my my car washing and detailing. So it surpasses it, man. People laughed at you. It's about having the right mindset, and you worked your way up. Now you at 50 and $60. Yeah, and that's my plan, Totally. That's my plan. For a ranch style house, what do you get for cleaning a ranch? The ranch style house. It's like I'm at like 125 to 175 on a ranch style house, depending on how big it is. But for some reason, people will pay that money to get their house pressure washed, man. Every price I give out for pressure washing homes, I've never been told no. I usually clean. Thanks. I also clean houses. I usually try to get about 225 for a ranch to a two-story. Yeah, yeah. It's like 225 or better for like two stories. But I charge those prices here, man, and they pay them. They pay them. I've never really had anybody tell me no, or I give them a price and then they don't call me back. Right. All right, Acme, I see you. Well, guys, man, I'm finna get out of here, man. Go and get me some sleep. Uh, I'll check you guys later, man. And thank all you guys for stopping by, man. Y'all could have been doing anything else, man, but y'all came here to check me out, man. I appreciate it. Shouts out to everybody, man, who stopped through. I like these type of conversations. We can all get together and learn something from each other. And if we don't learn something from each other, we can you can actually see other people's perspective. You can see how the way people look at things, and you can learn from that as well. I've learned a lot that way. Not necessarily agree with the person, but I see you, Majestic. But not actually agreeing with the person, but just seeing how I see you, father and sons, just to see how other people think, man. And you may not pick up on it now, or something may happen, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's what G Works was talking about. That's what Tolies was talking about. That's what Father and Sons was talking about. You know, it may catch you later on in life. You know, but I always like to hear other people's perspective, whether I agree with it or not. And so I like these type of chats, man, because I get to see how other people do things. But man, I'm out, man. I gotta drink me some more water, man. My mouth is dry as hell. So I'll check you guys later, man. You guys, if don't forget, if I see some new faces on here. I'm not sure if you guys I'm not sure if you guys have subscribed, but if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Uh, Also hit that bell, hit the like button, hit the bell so you'll know when I drop videos. Catch me on I see you, Jesus. I'm about to go. I see you, big dog. But check me out on Snapchat. Snapchat is AA Professional. Check me out on Instagram. Instagram is AA Professional Services. That's one word. AA Professional Services. And then Facebook is A Professional Services. It's all spaced out, Facebook. So, I appreciate that, J Jack. But yeah. But that's it, man. I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Peace.